Hi, I'm Eric Egley, one of Westcott's top 10 elite pros, and we're going to be taking a look at the three different sizes of the Zeppelin Deep Parabolic modifier. We're going to take a look at the three different sizes of Zeppelin Parabolics. For the purpose of the video, we're using the Skylux LEDs, a continuous light, but we will be shooting the actual final photos with a strobe or a studio flash. Now we're going to go through the three different sizes, the 35, the 47, and the 59 inch, and see the different effects of each. The configuration I have now, we have the inner baffle to diffuse that light out to the sides, and then of course the front panel, which diffuses it even more. It's a very even light. Because of the parabolic nature of the Zeppelin, it is giving us a very direct light. The pattern is very tight, and what you can see here, it's centered on her face, and then it's going to fade off or gradate down the body very, very quickly. Because it's such a soft light, it's going to fall off very quickly. The disbursement of light is going to be here, and then very quickly fall off into darkness. So the beauty of the smaller Zeppelin is when you're working in tight spaces, this is what you're going to need. A lot of times I'll be in an office setting shooting a CEO or that type of thing. Ceiling height is an issue. It would be impractical to use a real large modifier. So that's where something like this would come in, is you got limited space, you can bring it in tight and still get that really nice soft light. So what we'll do now is we're going to take a few shots with the 35 inch, and then I'm going to put the 47 inch in there, take a look at exactly the same configuration, okay, and then see how it affects the overall shot. So we've changed over to the 47 inch, that's the mid-size Zeppelin. The difference is just a little wider, still a very soft light, same configuration as we had. The quality of light has changed a little bit though now, because broader source, it's traveling down her body a little bit more. Still, our eye goes to the face, but it's giving us much more even light down the body. And you can see the change in the pattern as well on the floor and how it's widened out a little bit. Now, when I talk about quality of light, that is determined by the distance of the light modifier to our subject. Okay, so the closer I get this, it's going to be a softer light. Further away, it's going to be a little harder edge light. So you have to take that into consideration whenever you're determining which light modifier you're going to use. In this case, the 47 inch you can use in pretty much any situation. It's one of those mid-size where even in tight spaces, it's still a really good light to use. Gives a great portrait light in this setup. It's configured again as we did with the first one, and then we're going to go on to the 59 inch and see how that affects it as well. So now we have the 59 inch Zeppelin set up, same configuration, little different quality of light though that we're getting. It's a very broad source, so we're getting more of that traditional window light effect, especially being so close to our talent. Always remember, quality of light is always determined by the distance of your light modifier to your talent. In this case, we're getting a nice soft light all the way down, pretty much almost to the ground, okay? This is the way I like to use if I'm doing a traditional portrait, I really like it. Broad source, really in tight, just outside of camera view. So what I really like about the Zeppelins is the versatility. I'm able to change them up in a variety of different ways. The way I like to use them is without any diffusion material whatsoever, no internal baffle, no front panel, and with the Zeppelin mounting arm, because that allows me to focus the beam of light that comes out of here, that pattern. I can make it real tight or I can flood it out. So I can flood and spot this as much as I want. It's more of a high fashion look, a little more harder edge light. We're going to take a look at the different size Zeppelins without the diffusion panels and with the mounting arm. What I will do is I'm going to set those up in the position that I would if I were normally shooting a job. Okay, so with the smaller Zeppelin, it'll be in a little tighter to the talent. That would be if I were shooting beauty or tight headshots. I'm going to back off the large Zeppelin to about 15 foot. That's going to cover the entire body. Now, it's going to give me the specularity that I like in my subjects, And for my style, it's also going to give me the contrast and color saturation that I look for as well. So we had a chance to take a look at the 3 different sizes in the Zeppelin Deep Parabolic. Each one is great and very versatile. I have one with me whether I'm in the studio or on location because of that versatility and because it gives me a chance to create different types of light. The main thing is, try out different styles, try out different variations so that it can create your own mood and your own style. Thanks for joining me for a look at the Zeppelin Deep Parabolic.